Anyway, it all started with my friend's head. Hello and welcome back to the channel, toxicartist123 here. Now, this is not my normal style of content, but if some of you more observant ones have seen, on my channel page there is now a playlist called Toxic Artist. It's probably a bit self-explanatory, but I am here to explain what all that is about. A couple of drawing time lapses and Manwel. Anyway, point of the video, let's go. It all started with my friend's head, alright? That's the first thing you heard. Basically, back in, year 13, January 2020, I was going to do maths at university and go through the maths route. But I've been doing art all my life, and I decided I didn't want to do maths anymore. I wanted to do animation. And it started with my mate's head. I ended up drawing my friend Josh Boylan, or part of him anyway. Someone sent me a Snapchat of him and I got bored, sat down at the table for an hour, and ended up drawing this. Not my best work of art, this is an unfinished version, but it got me back into drawing again. It made me realise how much I enjoyed it, because before that, I would not have done anything since my art GCSE. A couple of things after that, like when I went work experience at a certain school, not really going to say which one just in case. I ended up just, messing about in my free time. I ended up building a model, no idea when or why, and a couple of more random drawing stuff when I got my brace appointment. I'm getting a bit off topic anyway. But yeah, basically, this little era kind of reignited my passion for art and drawing. And thanks to my psychology teacher, who pointed me in the direction of animation, I was able to decide what I wanted to do, got enrolled at a college, and we'll just take it from there. So the aim of this video, I'm going to be here, sitting down, and explaining my experience from start to end. All the way from January 2020, all the way down to September 2020, and everything in the middle. If you're new to the channel, or you just generally enjoy my stuff but haven't actually clicked the little red button over there, don't forget to like and sub. Anyway, that's enough of the channel plug-in. Let's just get on with the video, shall we? Now, have I got your attention? Great. Okay, basically, one of the first things I drew on my channel was Sonic the Hedgehog, and specifically the box art from Sonic Rush. No idea why, I just like that game. Anyway, this was one of my first ever times trying to do a drawing time lapse, and to be fair, it went quite well. Although to be fair, this was my first time ever doing it. It was done on Paint 3D, just a free software I had on my computer. The drawing itself was very, very basic, but at the time, I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely proud of it. Although, look at that hand. Somehow Sonic has 6 fingers in that glove. No idea what happened with hands. Still can't draw them today, actually. Anyway, I had an intro bit and an outro bit, and I had the drawing bit in the middle. To be fair, I really shouldn't have done the intro bit, and apparently I said anyway far too many times. Far too many times. Now, straight after the box art of Sonic, I went over and tried to draw Mario. If you're gonna do the blue, you then gotta do the red. It was from Mario Kart box art, basically. I think Mario Kart 8, if my memory serves me right. I had to look down all my drawing time lapses before this recording bit. This isn't just from memory. Basically, his head looked like a potato. How the hell did I make Mario look like a potato with a mustache and a red hat? Not going to lie, whilst the Sonic one was very, very basic and it was just plain colours, Mario's one was reflective, meaning I had some blending to do and I was limited by the technology of my time. You get that reference. Basically, I had a singular brush, so I had to zoom right in, trying to get those particular areas. It wasn't my best drawing, but I enjoyed it. It was definitely difficult though, and I will be going back and finishing what I started. Now, the one I'm proud of, one of the best works on my channel in my own opinion. A little bit biased, I know. Welcome to Link Drawing Timelapse. Anyway, the Mario one, definitely fun to draw, but it didn't all come together to the Link Drawing Timelapse. At the very end of Mario Kart, I went and asked for some advice. I got some back, and guess what? Not a single bit of my voice reached the Link Drawing Timelapse. Who would have thought one of my best videos didn't even have my voice in it? I'm signing out as a pattern. But yeah, the Link Timelapse was probably one of the most complex drawings I'd done at the time. It's easily one of my favourite videos on the channel, and it took a hell of a long time. A lot longer than the other two. It was a lot more complex, there were a lot more intricate stuff. Heck, just to get the details and to get the blending, which I kind of fouled a bit at trying to do the Mario with the light, I had to zoom right in. I also found out that drawing human eyes was a pain in the ass. Who would have thought? Hands, still a big issue. regardless of what I'd done then, the hands were just, God, oh my god, I hate drawing hands. But anyway, the music was just great. The music was perfect. I could not have chose a better track to sit over the music. Coupled with the lack of my voice, the no intro, just straight in there. People were there to watch a Link drawing time lapse, not me talking for an hour and a half before it. And no outro either. Just a light goal, basically. It's one of my favourite videos. It took some of the most work, and it's what I could do with the technology I had. I had no other brushes. I had no sensitivity. Everything was done just by a little bar. There was no pressure sensitivity. One brush, and a lot of work. That's what Link turned out to be. And yeah, it went really great. Absolutely great. But I'm kind of spitballing a little bit here. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to the next era of our journey. There we go. Alright, so those drawing time lapses, they happened what? Late March, April, May. Let me introduce you to June. Basically, I would have had no contact from college whatsoever at this point. But I was bored witless. Lockdown was taking its toll. I am not going to lie to you people. So what did I end up doing, eh? I went and done what any sane person did. Brought an online course. Basically, I went and started trying to learn animation for myself. Even now, I've got for about 20%. And since then, I started trying to do my animations. And what I'm about to show you is the first animation I ever did. So let me show you my first ever animation. Yeah, it was a stick man, what'd you expect? This took officially 15 minutes, and I'm not very proud of it, I'm not going to lie. Although a couple of days later, I went and drew this triangle animation. And that one, pretty good, not as smooth, and I drew it so it looks like I was zooming in. After that, I then went on YouTube. I started doing a couple of live streams, and I made a 5-second animation of God knows what. I had no plan, no idea. I just went a bit creative with it, and created this. What did you think of that? I don't know myself, honestly. It's completely unfinished. And then months and months and months later, near the end of like what, August, I done my first complete animation. There we go. Now, considering the simplicity of that, basically, it took a long time, a lot longer than I thought it was. The only objective for that animation was to get his head from down here to up there. I managed to get it to about here, so about 50-50. But still, that was my first ever complete animation, and Jesus Christ, it took a long time. The character is very basic, and I will be going on to that later down into this video. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this third part. Now, let's start making things a little bit interesting, shall we? It's time I introduced you to the college and all the work that entailed. Okay, so around this time, about June, July, they started setting us transition work. Watch out, college is actually contacting me now, and the first thing they do is give me work. Mind you, we did have an interview over Zoom, and not going to lie, everyone else, the teachers, students, they're all great. But I'm here to talk to you about the transition work. The college people will be like the last bit of this video. Little heads up for all of you viewers. Anyway, the college work was a mixed bag. Some of the stuff, extremely easy, a lot of fun. It's like, take week 1 for example. Design a character to represent me. I came up with 3 of them. Week 2, I ended up watching Spider-Man. And had to do a little study over the art design book. Not the most interesting task, but definitely a lot of fun. Week 3, protest poster. Probably the most out of my depth. This is not my area. Week 4. Oh, week 4 was fun, but damn, it was a lot of work. We had to design an entire cast of characters of peas. A bit like The Simpsons, but peas. Now that had made me think outside the box, and that really stretched my drawing skills. As I said, I would have ended up drawing this in January, and now I'm drawing this in June, basically. So these tasks, they really got myself back into drawing. They really pushed what I had to do. Anyway, varying results. Snatcher's probably my favourite. I do like the British Pete. I don't know why I'm British. Originally, it just wanted to make him strong. But for some reason, I made him British. And then, let me think. Oh yeah, the greatness of Manwel. Greetings, I am Manwel, ruler of Spania. I come from... Hang on a minute, what's going on? How am I moving? What is that? What is that? Oh no. Oh my god, scary robot. Week 5. This stop motion, oh my god. Easily the hardest task on this list. There was so many things I had to do. I literally had to borrow my brother's guitar stand, put a bunch of encyclopedias below it, just so I could use it as a tripod to keep the camera steady for the stop motion, because my webcam was not going to cut it in this situation. Manwel was interesting, and originally I saw a bunch of mistakes that in the end I incorporated throughout the video. Basically, I made it a plot point, like the T appearing and disappearing between shots. What else? The lighting, the timing, my hands coming across, so I had to make it so it was like a snatched little green thing. Most of the dialogue was improvised. If you want to watch that, I will leave the link down below in this video. But anyway, week 6 came along straight afterwards, and that one, oof, it was like week 4, but even harder. We had to design an entire Western cast, or Western characters to be more precise. Now these ones were a little bit more tricky, because this time we had a set criteria. We couldn't just make up our own, do as much or as little as we want. We had a set criteria. I must have ended up doing about 7 different drawings, with, once again, very mixed results. This here really taught me how little I knew about drawing human beings. I could get them planted this way, flat, facing forwards, and that was about all I could do position-wise. So I got through the first one, got through the second one, and then realised, hang on a minute, when looking across them. Because the P's ones, you can kind of do your own thing. They weren't human shapes, but these characters were. Jesus Christ, they were difficult to draw. Since then, I've been practicing and getting a hell of a lot better with that. I'm getting places and that. I'll show you, you'll see what I mean later on in a minute. But, anywho, it was brilliant, but difficult. That basically sums up almost everything I've just said. Brilliant, yet difficult. And a hell of a lot of fun. And then out of nowhere, week 7 came along real late into August. Didn't even think it was coming, but quite easy actually. I ended up drawing this psychic little devil. And yes, that there is probably what I used to be drawing back when I was young, or the closest thing I've got to those anyway. And went to a woods and somehow ended up drawing this. Don't ask me why, my head was having a day apparently. Now that was great. And those drawing tasks difficult, but great. But now, why don't we meet the people behind it all? Now those tasks are great, and they helped me a hell of a lot when it comes to my drawing getting back into practice. But now, let's talk about the teachers, and let's talk about those at college. First time I met them, online interview on Zoom of all devices. Why we didn't use Discord? I don't know. Apparently, we had to use it on Zoom. It went really well. There's 15 of us. And between me and this other guy called Luke, hello Luke if you're watching, we actually managed to arrange communication outside of it. We had about a 10-15 minute window where we all managed to share Discord links. I know a couple of others went off and created an Instagram, and from there, the new social life began, to put it bluntly. Now, because of our little espionage on Zoom, we was able to meet up outside of college, way before college even began. We went a few places, McDonald's in one hand, Starbucks in the other, went golf, don't ask why. And yeah, we even done a couple of things over here. We were a few paint softwares, don't ask me what they're called, I can't remember. We actually done a couple of things here. I'm rambling. Anyway, let's carry on. Basically, there was one software that allowed 3 of us to draw at the same time on the same canvas. This is how this nightmare appeared. Not going to lie, if it weren't for those 2, this would never existed. I would have never in 1,000 years went and tried to draw or replicate this. No idea where it came from. It is the brainchild of us 3 just messing around and having a good time. And then later on down the line, 5 of us went and started doing a little drawing competition. Once again, a lot of those appeared on Instagram too, although I can't say where or when. But basically, we had a drawing competition, specifically in Pokemon for some reason. Well, I'm down. I grew up with Pokemon. A poison type Snorlax, a Luxray person, and a cross between Jolteon and Ninetales, and a pigeon. I can't remember, someone's looks like a goose's. I think it was yours, Luke. But we ended up drawing pigeons as well. I know someone in the college wing really likes pigeons, alright? That's probably why. Yeah. That was, oh my god, that was absolutely amazing, I'm not going to lie. Hello! Raven here speaking on a completely different day. That's why my top is now purple and not red. Anyway, I wanted to do this video just to share my experience during lockdown and how I went from one route to a complete U-turn in the opposite direction. Now, for those that have followed my channel for a while now, you know I've been arguing with myself about whether to make this little series its own separate channel or just have it as a part series on this channel and try to convert it. So here's what I've finally decided what I want to do with this. I'm keeping everything on the same channel, so that way you viewers who are stuck with me from day one actually get to see my work. There's going to be animation and gaming content. Anything drawing, animation related is going to be under the title toxicartist in this playlist on my main channel. I'm still doing gaming stuff and I am still streaming, so don't you worry. If you want to sub for the gaming stuff or for the animation stuff, everything's in the same place and it's all coming out to you. Also, another little announcement. The same people I was talking about earlier, the college lot, we have now decided to make a joint YouTube channel. There are 6 of us all owning it, so I've all got access and can mess around and upload whatever we want. We haven't decided a name yet, and it hasn't even been launched in the making of this video. But I'm just letting you know, getting you a little heads up, you know, a little sneak peek of early advice. There is a second channel, and there are 6 of us that own it, and that will be making content on it. Gaming and animation stuff. But for everything toxicraven, you better come to this one, I'm not going to lie. But I will be doing a couple of videos of my own on that channel, as well as the video you are watching now. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, thank you. Thank you to all of those that were there from the start. Thank you to all of those that are still there during the very start of lockdown. For all of those that came by when I was doing all those GTA and Minecraft Realm streams. For all of those that were still there even during my burnout. For all of those on Town Haven. For all of those on Call of Duty. And all of those supporting my new stuff at the college and animation. I wanted to explain my U-turn and I wanted to explain my experience. This is, you know, just a little digital diary of what's basically happened to me this past year. As far as drawing goes. I'm going to look back on this in 5 years time and go, oh, I remember that. That was the original plan of this video. But yeah, thank you to everyone who's came by this channel. And cheers to a good future with a lot more content to come. This is toxicraven123 signing out till next time.